It was in middle school. So this would have been the mid-1970s. I became friends with a black girl in my class named Sherry Blackman, and she and I were both very bold and had great senses of humor and the same kind of sense of fun and mischief, and played softball together. She lived on the one black street in my small town where most of the black people lived. And she and I were friends. We had a lot of fun together, hung out a lot, and we got into trouble at some point during the year, and I don't remember what we did. I think it was in the spring of 6th grade, and I think we cut class. And I got in trouble, and I remember my mother's reaction was to come to me and basically grill me on how this whole thing happened. And what I want to make clear is my memory is I was equally culpable. This was not Sherry's idea any more than it had been my idea to cut class. And basically my mother offered me an out, and she didn't say it that way, but I was old enough to understand it in a way. And what she basically did was she suggested that Sherry had influenced me, and she wanted that to be what had happened. She wanted me to confirm that that's what had happened. I don't know whether just to make her feel better or to make it easier with the school administrators. I really don't know. But I was feeling pressured because I was afraid, because I was in trouble. And I took the out. And I remember telling Sherry in the hallway that I couldn't hang out with her anymore. And I remember the look on her face when she recognized what had happened. And it honestly has haunted me my whole life. I can remember talking to a therapist about it in my 20s. Just how terrible I felt, because I sold her out, and I knew that I sold her out, and it wasn't fair and it wasn't right. And so anyway, that's haunted me my whole life. I am a Christian, and I have asked for forgiveness from God. And I've also decided to dedicate a lot of my time to trying to address the issue of racism in our country between now and when I die. I believe that every white person has stories like these. Maybe not what I did to Sherry, but every white person has memories. If they'll try to think back, they'll have early memories of how they first learned what they learned about how we're supposed to deal with race. And we all have stories, but we have to want to remember them. And they're important to remember because they're part of the story. They're part of why we've been where we've been and why we still are there. I think it's impossible for anyone who grew up in this country, or even who has just lived in this country for a while, not to be infected by racism. Every single one of us is infected by racism. And I think that we're not going to get anywhere if we can't acknowledge that and talk about it.